dum 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 dum
Space between.
Hey, what's going on? This is the Space Between podcast where we talk about the space between life and art, passion and business. What's happening now? What the fuck is happening next, Dispatch?
Cool guy. I'm Amy.
Why are your
Shan.
eyes closed?
I was just listening to your voice. It was so soothing.
I didn't even let you get your name off, though, you know?
It's okay. I'm Amy Shan still.
So how are you today?
Pretty good, pretty good.
We have Kevin Denmark in the chat. She looks to the side like we have a guest here.
You looked there.
No, I was staring off into my past, okay? We have Kevin Denmark in the chat. Kevin is a friend who I met in high school. And he and I used to fucking tear up the town together, okay? We went to, you know what's crazy? Last week I talked about PFY and how they were slanging those free condoms, you know? Kevin would go with me to PFY. You know?
Get on those condoms too?
Yeah. And yeah, they used to give those free condoms out, you know? Yeah, I knew Kevin from Freeport High School, repping FHS all day, okay?
It's fun because when we go to the train station nowadays, we drive past his high school.
Yeah.
And I recognize it.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's where I went to high school. The corner is where the hot dog truck, who the lady who used to give lap dances to the students, used to slang those hot dogs. Used to slang her meat, you know?
Oh my God.
Wait, so how are you today? I wanted to shout out Kevin.
Oh, hi Kevin.
For those who are just listening, he's in the chat right now.
We have the live chat.
I just wanted to say hi,
going.
okay? So how are you?
I'm good.
My wife.
Had a pretty good day. It was long, and I'm glad to be home. And I'm excited for you to make us dinner, and I'm excited to start the new season of Veronica Mars.
Yeah.
Tonight, possibly. But overall, pretty good day. Like, what was it? My last shift, I was super pissed off, and I banged, somehow I banged my knee, and I fucked my toe up. So, like, yesterday on my day off, I was limping around while we were Pokemoning it, and I was concerned, and that's because I have anger problems.
You were fucked up.
And so today was better in that sense. But I don't like because, like, our store, I work at a Starbucks, and our store is very, like, high volume in our district, so our district manager spends a lot of time in there.
Yeah, she's always there.
Christ. She's always in there. It's like her family store.
Yo, she's there so much to the point where when I came to watch, for those who are listening, Amy was in the Barista Olympics this past year, right? And
it's called the Barista Champions for
Championship,
the company,
yeah.
But it basically is kind of like the Barista Olympics. In a way, it's kind of silly, but in a way, it's not. It's super cool. And
no, it's
fun to do.
No, I don't think it's silly at all. Yeah, I was proud to watch you do that.
But, yeah, so go ahead.
Fucking
Talk about the district.
Yeah, so I was, you were behind the counter doing your thing, right? And I was walking by to get something out of the car, and your district manager passed me. And she's in your store so often that she recognized me and said hi. And then I was like, hey.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who she was, though, you know? So we had that awkward, like, she thought I was someone that she knew type shit.
Yeah,
you know?
and she's, like, the all-seeing type. When she likes to, like, know, since, like, you spend time in the store and stuff, and since that store is her, like, I guess, her pride and joy or something, she's always in there. She likes to see what's going on. She brings her kid in there, her husband. I love her kid. He's, like, a toddler, and he's so cute. So cute. And that's how I get points with her, is by being really good with her kid.
That's nice.
When he comes in, so.
Can I tell you my theory about why she said hi to me, though? And this is... not affiliated with Starbucks. This has nothing to do with your employee. I thought she was trying to get down with me. Okay, I thought she wanted my corned beef and cabbage.
You didn't think that. So yeah, that's the one part I didn't like about today too much, is because it was like a managerial day where they were just like in there the whole time watching me. And like usually I like to have my nose ring out, which like technically isn't allowed, so I had to flip that shit up. I had to be like super like princessy, like I call it Disney princess customer service, because no matter what I'm thinking on the inside, it's always like, sure, anything else?
Damn,
you know,
yeah.
like super like sappingly sweet.
As a customer, I prefer not that, you know?
But if I don't do that,
Oh, I know.
it's bad.
Starbucks makes you do that shit.
It's bad, especially with me though, because my like I will have beef with people. Like today, towards the end of my shift, we were face to face, this customer and I. She fucking was acting like I murdered her firstborn.
Why?
I'll tell you why, and it's so simple, and it's so for no reason.
Okay.
Just the tone of my voice. Literally, she comes in with her 2 kids. She orders the caramel ribbon crunch. I say, we don't have, you know, the main ingredient for that, so I can just ring you up for caramel frappuccinos with extra caramel. It's the next closest thing. And she's like cutting me off. What? And I'm like, we don't have the main ingredient for that. She's like, so you don't have the caramel ribbon crunch. I'm like, that's correct.
Wait, hold on. Pause for a second. You heard that?
There's an alarm going off?
What was that? Yeah. Hey, if you interrupt the podcast again, whoever's alarm went off,
Lots of noises in the comments.
I'm gonna come fucking gun bust you, okay?
Neil's concerned.
Yeah.
He woke up from his nap.
Can we take a look? See, do not unplug. Do not there he is.
You're so handsome, Neil.
And we could see in the video. For those who aren't watching, I have panned the camera around to see a beautiful Arctic seal behind the ruins of our blinds.
Oh my god.
Though you know
Don't
what?
even bother to get them replaced because it's like their favorite toy.
And to tell the truth, Neil himself isn't quite to blame for the blind situation. That's mostly the other cats.
I wonder if any of our viewers have cats that like, because we have cats that are all different sizes. Like Neil is a big cat. Everyone who sees him is like, whoa, he's big.
Yeah.
When we had Wesley, everyone was like, that's like the biggest cat I've ever seen. But
Right.
Chi-Chi is a small cat. Like today I was getting ready doing my makeup and she was curled up next to me. She still is like kitten size. She still like satisfies my want for a kitten because she's so small.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
And she's like petite. So I wonder, like, is that specific to the kind of cat she is?
Yeah.
Calicos, are they smaller or something like that?
I've seen some big ass calicos though.
Because I know Wesley's Maine Coon, so that's
Yeah.
why he's so big and stuff. But like, she's so small. So
I mean,
that was fun. When I was like cuddling her this morning, I was playing with her, and she's still so soft.
Yes.
Like she is young, but I don't think she's gonna get bigger.
No, she's been full grown for like a year now. Mm-hmm. The woman whose cat we watched, Jeanette, she has this cat named Marley, and Marley's a calico, and Marley's big, yo. I mean, beyond like Chi-Chi being a thinner cat than Marley, I feel like Marley's bones, like he has a bigger skeleton, you know.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All cats are different, but she's petite.
How did it resolve with you and that caramel ribbon crunch?
The reason she was so mad in the end was because first she was like so upset that I didn't explain it to her in the right way, that we didn't have it, I guess. And then
What?
I don't know. So then I even go over and ask the barista to put the crunchies on top for free. I'm nice.
Yeah. You
Then
tried.
she comes over and she's like, are different Starbucks different prices? And I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, because at the Target, caramel frappuccinos are way less than this. I'm like, oh, well, that's Target affiliated. We're not Target. We're Starbucks.
Same the same. Yeah.
And she was so upset at that. She's like, what's your name? So I looked down at my name tag, which of course is blank because I'm supposed to have a name tag on, so I put it on, but I didn't write my name on it.
Yeah.
And I go, it's Amy.
What's her fucking problem?
I have no idea.
I do actually. She had the same problem as the guy on the train. She felt fat ordering the caramel ribbon crunch. And when it wasn't there, She was like ashamed.
Her whole mind was thrown off.
Yeah, because let me tell you something. I order that shit sometimes. That's a fat drink to order. Because
But they were talls. Like, I didn't even care.
no, because watch. If you're an adult, you can get away with ordering a caramel frappuccino. But to add ribbon and crunch, you can't not feel fat doing that shit.
I guess that's fair.
Was she a little bit fat?
Well, yeah.
Yo,
she
I
had
knew
a
it.
mom.
See, I knew it. I know that's psychology.
Stop.
that psychology, you know. You know what I was thinking today?
What?
I was thinking about an experience of tension that I have, and I wanted to see if you have it or maybe our listeners have it. Okay. Oh, we have Lynn Santos in the comments who says my calico is petite. Okay. I love a petite cat. I love a big cat. I love every cat. I love your cat.
Cats are
okay.
awesome.
What I want to ask you is this, and this might be a touchy topic, especially fucking some of our YouTube listeners might find this to be a touchy topic, because, all right, I'll just get into it. When you are riding in a car, right, with a friend for the first time,
Okay.
a Caucasian friend,
Okay.
when a rap song comes on, do you feel tension when they begin rapping the lyrics?
Yes.
I feel so tense
I already
because
know what you're gonna say.
I'm like, say a Drake song comes on, right? Drake is liberal with his use of the N-word. When this white is in the back rapping every lyric, right? And you know it's coming. Do you feel that tension like, oh shit, are they going to say it? Like, I feel like my ass will tighten up
I
a little
don't
bit.
feel the tension until they say it.
Oh, I feel it building up to it.
I can't recall thinking of it like before it happens. But every time someone is like singing along who's white to a rap song and says the N-word,
Yeah.
inside I'm just like, eh?
My asshole goes like from this
like
to,
Chris D'Elia goes
to this, you know?
Whoops.
Yeah. It's like, whoa.
It's like, no. I always just pause for beat.
Yeah, of course.
You know, it's easy. It's easy. You don't even have to replace it.
You know what's crazy too? Like what I have noticed for sure is if I'm rapping along, right? And I'm in the car with someone who is saying it, first of all, sometimes I'll be like, yo. But second of all,
Depending on who it is, right?
yeah. Like what I'll notice, which is so fucking cringy, but I thought about this. I've noticed every time that I'm in a car and I'm rapping along and someone who's saying it notices me, obviously not fucking saying it, right? They'll stop, yo. It's like they...
But that's good, though, because that's like silent learning.
Well, I'm not sure if it's learning and more like, oh, I realized that this is not a person I can feel comfortable saying a slur in front of, you know?
But either way, if that's like in that moment that all that you can do is be like, not around me. And that's like the only power you hold, you know?
I was thinking, because what led me to this, well, one, I think that your friends probably dabble in a lot more racism than my friends personally. No,
Let me tell you.
Just kidding.
That in a way is accurate, only because all of my friends, if not most of them, I work with them.
Yeah.
And all of them are like almost 7 to 10 years younger than me.
Yeah.
They throw the N-word around.
For real?
Sometimes.
I would think the opposite.
Not at work, obviously. Like, it's
Yeah.
not rampant, but I wouldn't be... I just feel like the people that I see on a daily basis are so much younger than me.
Yeah.
That, like, for example, I can think of someone who would probably, like, be rapping along to a Logic song.
Yeah.
And straight up just say it.
I mean, I low-key feel like Logic shouldn't even be saying it.
Because he's so white looking.
He's so fucking dorky, you know? I mean, but that's, like, not for me to say, but when he's, like, screamed it at the beginning of the new song with Eminem, I'm like,
whoops.
Logic, you look kind of like Michael Cera, dude, you know?
He kind of does.
Yeah.
But
yeah, what made me think of it was, there was this awkward moment, because I saw this... What the fuck was it? It's such a weird chain. I saw a band I like Tegan and Sarah talking about touring. It made me think, man, I haven't seen them in a long time. And then I thought, wow, probably like the last musical concert I saw was Drake. And then I thought of this memory of this super drunk, fucking like pumpkin spice ass type girl. Suits, obviously white, you know, but like
now this season it's the pink drink.
Yeah, a pink drink guzzler, man, like the whitest girl you can imagine, drunk as shit, and she was rapping I got enemies, got a lot of enemies, and she sang every word, and like she didn't even get lower for the N word. It's like, yo, you are in the middle of. She was in Penn Station too. It was after the concert, just in public, and I was just like, yo. It's like, it's not funny, but it's just so...
It's shocking.
Yeah, it's like a crazy level of... One, you do that, right? Two, you do that shit just without any self-awareness, you know?
Like, you're not even, like, looking around like, who might punch me or who's upset.
Like, if a drunk girl, like, there's that video of that girl who goes on stage at the Kendrick Lamar show, you know that shit?
Yeah.
And she gets called out fat by Kendrick Lamar and the audience. And she was like, whoops, you know? But this girl was just, like, letting that shit fucking ring, yo. And that memory stuck in my head, and it made me think of all those times I was in the car, and that there was someone rapping along, and what I always think is, like, that would happen to that motherfucker. And that Kendrick shit would happen to them, too. You know?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
Yeah, but
because like, I hate how people have the argument of like,
whoa, hold on.
Whoa, there's a lot of comments.
Steve Lightman says, no tension, but you know Pat drops that when he's rapping along. Hey, guess what?
He doesn't actually.
Don't. I'm not sure, Steve, if you do in your PS pink shirt and your green shorts, okay? That PSGS, dude. I don't do that. Randall says, I'm going to miss this podcast. I'm going to work. Randall, you can come in and watch it on the repeat. And plus, I'm going to be doing a live stream for the Destiny New York Kickstarter that launches tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Oh, live streams tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
The live stream and the launch is tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Let me get my fucking words out, okay?
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be doing a live stream for that. I'm probably going to turn into episode 54 anyway. Just on my solo dolo tip, okay? Steven says, come on, in music, if you're singing along and the N-word is in it, it's not intended as a slur and you're not being racist, so there's no problem. Hey, Steve, guess what? Disagree, dude. I mean,
and then we got Lynn chiming in.
No, it's raining so hard.
There's a storm.
It's raining mad hard. So, hey, Steve just proved my point that he does that. Hey, Steve. I don't do that. You do that, Steve. If you were at Kendrick Lamar's show, you would get fucking ran off the stage. Lynn says, always a cringe. Yo, yeah, it is always a cringe moment. I mean, it's, it's, to Steve's point, like, there's obviously, like, levels to this shit. Like, I don't expect you to, like, whip out the fucking, like, hood and put it on in the back seat. But at the same time, it's, like, some awareness, dude. You know, like, I need to not do that shit back when I was taught that the word was bad. Mm-hmm. I remember one time I was like 7 years old. Not 7. I must have been like 10. It was when Jay-Z's Hard Knock Life. I remember this shit to a fucking T. Was on TRL. And I went out to my mom and I said, because I heard my friend Eddie Cisneros rapping along and he said it. And I was like, that's in the song? And he said, yeah, it means friend. I came out, asked my mom, does it mean friend? She said, no! I didn't even say it then. I was like...
That's good that you confirmed with your mom.
I mean, I always ask that kind of shit. Like, the same thing, like...
With the finger?
Exactly, the finger story. For those who missed that episode, I was holding up my fingers, right? And someone had that day given me the fucking fuck you finger, you know? And I didn't know what finger it was. And I said, was it this finger holding up that pointer, right? And my mom and dad were like, what? Damn, it's raining hard as shit outside. It's thundering, shaking the concrete. And then I held up the ring finger, and I was like, what does this mean? And they said nothing. And then I held up that middle fucking tall boy, and they said, that's a bad one. And I understood.
Not that one, they said.
Yeah. I was always asking, if I didn't know something, this isn't that pre-Google day. That's crazy.
Yeah.
To think that, like, kids would have less interaction with their parents now. You know that? I was reading Goosebumps. I remember this. I was reading a Goosebumps book, and I went out to my parents, and I was like, what's declare mean? And they tell me. And then I go back to the room, start reading, maybe like get a few paragraphs, and I'm like, what does curious mean?
Aww.
And they would tell me.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bonding experience.
Mm-hmm. And then when I got older, what I would do when the internet existed, and I was starting to learn words, that if I was like, hey mom, dad, what does this word mean? And I don't fucking know. I remember reading this book. It was called The Elegance of the Hedgehog. It was translated from Francais, right, to English. And whoever translated that shit picked fucking juicy words. And I would read it, and I would like read like a full chapter or two, and I would put a post-it of the word that I didn't know, and then I would just look it up later on.
Smart young boy.
I'm on the hunt for knowledge, yo. Okay? But what I wanted to talk about today, besides that random super cringe story about that girl that made me think about just that moment of tension, you know? Mm-hmm. That's not a moment that I really feel people talking about, you know? Like, I feel people... There's like a bit, I forget who has it. Whose bit is this? Is it a comedy bit about when you know someone's going to say something racist? Like, you know it's coming. With this, no one talks about how common that shit is. You know, how like your asshole gets a little tight when you hear it coming, you know?
In lyrics, yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of tight assholes, Amy buys dolls, okay?
What a weird transition.
I'm going to bring it home.
Okay.
Amy buys dolls. And she buys this one brand called LOL dolls. And they just came out with this new set. Pun intended. You're about to see.
They released the dolls in like chapters or series.
Yeah.
With different names.
Oh, yeah.
And so LOL stands for like Little Outrageous Lady.
Right.
So all of the series thus far have been girls, obviously, with their little accessories and shit. Right. And they're surprise open, which is why one of the reasons why I like to collect them. The last series, besides the OMGs, is LOL Boys.
Yes.
So like before there would be like one boy in the series randomly. Sometimes I think, I don't know, because remember we've seen this before. But now
yes.
This one, they're all different boys that like match the girls that have been before style wise.
And this new series of boys is in the same style as that one previous boy. And I mentioned that because there are articles that are written about that first boy. They came out with that first set on this young child toy. All right, so...
Yeah, it's toys in the toy section at Target.
Yes.
For, like, kids ages 10 years old.
Yes. And this is what it looks like with clothes.
It's, like, 3 inches tall. This one's called Luau because he's, like, Hawaiian-themed.
Yeah.
Look at his little curl on his forehead.
Pretty cute.
Fucking adorable.
He got that Superman action going.
I love that shit. And they all have, like, faces like that. Ooh.
He's got the Superman.
Little O faces.
He's got, yeah, he looks like he's busting right here, you know? He's got two balls on top of his head, and you take off his pants, he has 2 actual balls.
You have to take his shoes off, too.
Take off his shoes, take off his pants. He has that fucking...
Oh, that's a abuse.
He's got that little hitter right here, you know?
He literally has nuts, bro.
He has...
That's the tiniest set of testicles and a wiener I've ever seen.
What it looks like, it looks like our cat's genitalia, okay? Like how Neil, he has a little arrowhead action between his legs. Like he has like a white underside, and he has a toasty little dick and balls, you know? And granted, he has one of those empty sacks, right? He has that Santa Claus shit after he already gave all the gifts out, okay? It's just an empty little sack. And
they came with these little sunglasses.
So what I was wondering is, as Amy was opening these dolls, because the reason that they have dicks and balls, right, is that the girls and the boys have holes, right? And the different holes will do different things.
Yeah.
But some of them pee.
Like, so when you open them, they have different actions. My favorite is the color change.
Right.
But they can also cry.
Yes.
Or pee. Or spit, which is why the O face.
Yeah.
So you fill them with water through the mouth, or you just dunk them underwater and fill their head. Then you take them out, squeeze their head. And apparently, the ones that pee, it comes right out of his little wiener.
It's true.
Where the girls, it comes out of the bottom of them, like, you know, it's not like super... Oh, you put his shorts on backwards, dunce. Look at those little strings and his little butt hanging out. Look at, they have back dimples. And they have little boobies. They're so cute. They're so, like, anatomically correct, you know?
More so than any toy that I've ever seen for an actual child.
And Pat's like, did a girl make this? And then we looked up who created these toys. It's like an old Asian man.
Yeah. Kevin Denmark comments, WTF. You see that little fucking nub hanging, you know?
Oh, he has an earring, too. It's very stylish.
So watch. All right. Let's put some clothes on him, though, so we don't get fucking demonetized. I want to read some of these articles, because what happened was I
have so many of these dolls. It's ridiculous.
Man, you know what? I wanted to try to not curse in the first 10 minutes. I cursed in like the first 20 seconds.
It's just what we do.
Yeah, because you will have a greater chance to get demonetized if you curse in the first 10 minutes. And
I'm sorry.
Our last 3 episodes have gotten demonetized.
I'm sorry.
Wait, why are you sorry? I'm the one who cursed.
I say fuck all the time. You should have told me.
So when Amy was revealing as she unpacked these toys who had dicks and balls, right? I searched about these online to see if there were. I was like, is there controversy?
Talking about
because to me, you can't put a dick and a ball on a toy.
You know how many
not
moms
a controversy.
like are weird as shit and like are like, don't look at this. You know what I mean?
People get offended over the craziest things, so I was sure for a fact there had to be people pissed off that these toys had dick and balls in them, you know?
He says, first of all, Kevin said, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Lynn says,
in
these
the live
toys
chat,
have me dying. LMFAO.
Yep.
And Danny Lang says, what are they called? They're called LOL dolls.
Kevin Denmark says, I thought they were kids' toys. They are kids' toys.
They are.
Yeah. But like, yo, the LOL response is so fucking savage. But first, I searched about the controversy because I know. Let me tell you something. My brother, when he had his kid, they didn't even let him watch the Fairly Odd Parents, right? So
Best theme song ever.
knowing that, I know if you put a dick in a ball in a kid's toy, there's gonna be problems, right?
Yeah.
So I searched LOL dolls penis controversy. This is what I searched.
Controversy
Yeah,
searched?
I did. So
Oh my, there he is. That's the first one I got because he wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't boys.
yeah,
He was just in there with the girls.
yeah. The title is Mums, so British.
So British.
So British. Mums are freaking out over LOL surprise doll with a penis. What a fucking title, you know?
Freaking out, they are.
So here we go. There's a picture. And I'm going to read the article.
Hilarious.
Should dolls for kids have body parts? So vague. A teeny weeny penis. I didn't write this.
Teeny weeny.
A teeny weeny penis on a LOL surprise doll is upsetting mums. Several posted images of the Scribbles doll to the LOL surprise Facebook page, saying the penis on the doll was unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
I didn't read this. This is fucking funny. And here's a quote from a mum. I had the same experience. I can do this shit. I had the same experience with my 4-year-old and this same toy over the weekend. As a supposed reputable company, this shouldn't be anything that should be marketed. Man, so passive. Passive tense, you know. I'm sure. She continues. I'm sure most girls play with these toys, and as a mom, this is unacceptable for my daughter. Okay. No, Warning on the package that the doll has a package. Oh, it's like a little thing to say.
That's a pun.
Yeah, they're trying to do puns here. Now, the article continues. The popular dolls are mystery presents, which children or my wife unwrap to reveal a collectible themed doll. Another said there should be a warning on the packaging.
Draw a little dick on it.
Yo, imagine.
Yes.
I would have just liked a heads up on the packaging, that's all. We're expecting a boy in February, so our 6-year-old daughter would have been exposed to seeing boy parts during a diaper change, but still, I was just caught off guard. So personalized.
People are so dumb.
They said, my daughter's going to see dick soon, but this is a bit too soon. That's the complaint. That's crazy. So, the article continues. Another child had an issue with seeing a penis on the doll. My 10-year-old didn't want to see the boy parts. Yes, she knows what a penis is, etc. etc. But she didn't want to see this. Big issue.
All caps. Big issue.
Yo, it's actually kind of a small issue. One mom.
It's a teeny weeny issue.
It's a teeny weeny issue. One mom, though, couldn't see the issue with the boy doll having a penis. What's the problem with it, she wrote. Ken had a bulge in the front of his pants. No, he didn't. And Barbie has boobs.
He has a bulge, yeah.
He does?
Yeah.
For real?
It's like a what's it called?
You would know better than I would.
It's like a smooth bulge.
Okay.
But it's a bulge.
And Barbie has boobs. Actually, Amy wrote this.
It doesn't have those bolos like this little guy.
Yeah. And Barbie has boobs, but no one complains about that. Boys play with these dolls too. I think it's great that they're including them. Personally, I don't see the problem. It gets weird now. The girls have a hole to tingle from. What were they supposed to do with the boys? Which begs the question. This is serious. Which begs the question. Should dolls for children have body parts? Now, the comments continue.
It's fucking science.
Lynn says, Ken still shouting SOS. Kevin Denmark says, warning D's and B's and C's. So I'm going to read, I think this one has LOL Doll's response. Oh, no, it's just a comment. Yo, someone did a fucking creep shot of this doll.
That's like
on the Facebook page. And they...
Of course, when you photograph it like that, you weirdo.
They wrote... why the hell does my 5-year-old daughter's LOL doll have a penis and balls?
It's a boy.
Yeah, she writes, it's a boy? Cool. Children her age don't need visualization of private parts. The girls don't have vaginas, so FYI parents, this is Scribbles. Yeah, this is Scribbles' fucking dick and balls, okay?
Get over it.
Yes,
first comment.
Someone will get over
10 likes.
Here's LOL's response. Hi, Melissa. MGA Entertainment is a company that watches trends and tracks consumer interests. Weird start. Like no one else.
We know you like dicks.
LOL Surprise is a global trend. They're stunting on them.
Yeah.
They said, don't mean to flex, but LOL Surprise is a global trend-setting phenomenon that is selling out around the world. We don't mean to stunt on your bitch ass, they wrote. With the introduction of the ultra-rare Punk Boys, the brand will now be universally gender inclusive for both girls and boys. For many years, the toy industry has been moving toward dolls that are more real, quote, and anatomically correct. We believe this trend is here to stay, and we will continue to lead the charge in dolls becoming more gender inclusive. We think boys will be excited to have a doll that looks like them. Also, many of our girl fans have brothers of their own getting weird, and will be excited that their LOL Surprise dolls have a real brother, just like they do. Okay? I mean...
That's educational.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Inclusive. And it stunts on her bitch ass.
It's savage. You know what? I'm going to go out there right now. I'm going to go there and buy these dick and ball toys.
He bought me 2 boys.
I'm going to go buy more of those DMB toys, okay?
And they were so fun to open. And this was one of them.
Yeah.
And he's beautiful just the way he is with his dick and balls.
Yeah. Because here's what I realized. At first, when you were opening these dolls, from the design, I thought they were children, right? But I think that these are adults.
No, they're kids.
I don't think. Watch, hold on. The way that they're dressed, they have occupations, right? You can't even start work until you're 14, right?
But what about because now they have a series. This one's 3 inches, and they have a 7-inch one. That one's supposed to be the teenager, and these are supposed to be the babies.
I kind of feel like it's more like a different world. Like they aren't like regular kids. Like regular kids don't have jobs.
It's true because and like they're themed in a way of like there's like one that's like Dorothy, like the Kansas one, Kansas cutie. And then there's ones that are like very fancy with sparkly and it's like royalty, you know what I mean? And then there's like a kitten ear one. So it's like ageless.
Yeah, like one of them.
They're not even like like they're humans, but they're not real.
It's a different
humans,
world.
Like,
it can't be compared, really. You know.
Yeah.
Like there's a DJ. If I walked into a party and a baby was DJing, I would probably have to leave. You know. Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, and they all have the names like that. So yeah, it's a different world.
It really is. So yeah, to me, if you have a problem with a dick and balls on your toy, I don't know. You know, just buy 90% of the other toys that
Buy
don't
a
have dicks
rag
and
doll
balls.
then.
Yeah, what's that?
A doll made out of rags.
Oh, I was just gonna say, buy like 90% of the
teddy
other
bear.
toys. The other toys don't have dicks and balls. You know.
Buy a genderless dinosaur toy.
Yo, imagine all the toys start to have dicks and balls.
I would laugh so
Like the dinosaurs
hard.
too?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I bought a Velociraptor from Jurassic Park. First of all, disrespectful, I just realized. Jurassic Park used to stamp JP on the dinosaur's body.
Rude.
Yeah. They don't want to be branded, right? Mm-mm. So I had a Velociraptor, and it had like a little hanging area for his dick.
Wow.
I have to look it up.
Because, like, imagine, like, you know, those hard plastic animal toys. Horses and shit. They don't have big old wieners.
Yeah, horse dick is the worst, though, you know?
Yeah. That's why they don't make it on the toy.
Can you see it from here? No, no, that's his leg. You gotta see a good shot of that dick and balls, though.
I don't think they'll have it because nobody would buy it. All the angry mums.
Oh, the angry mums. This is this is the toy for sure. You can you can see it in this one.
I can kind of see it.
You can see it. I'm gonna open it in a new image.
Better
For those who are watching the podcast later, I'm gonna try to put it in the actual video.
Oh my god.
You see that?
Yep.
See that hanging?
Thank
Okay.
you.
It's raining so hard right now.
Wow, people are actually angry at the LOL response too.
Yeah, they are.
Get over it.
Yeah.
And leave all
They're
the
arguing.
LOLs for me to buy too. They're always out of stock.
They're arguing. Oh, Lynn comments that she watched one of your unboxing videos.
Dude, nice.
Yeah. Everyone who's watching, please go on the description of this video when it's on YouTube and check out Amy's channel.
LOL dolls is like the first I started collecting, so there's only a couple videos on that channel. But one of them is just like my entire doll collection. You see my whole LOL freaking dollhouse Pat got me for Christmas.
Oh, yeah. Did you hear, I mean, I don't want to just keep talking about things that are not relevant to us, but this was just so fucking hilarious to me. Did you hear about the politician who was fired over his love of Tupac?
No.
All right. This is fucking hilarious. And infuriating.
Yeah.
I'm rallying. Go for that headline.
Tupac fan fired from government job after emailing inspirational quote to 4,300 employees.
First of
Why?
all, look at his face.
Dude, that's awesome that he likes Tupac.
I think so too.
What the fuck?
That'd be me, you know?
Yeah.
So, in Iowa City, Iowa, first of all, be more creative. Iowa City, Iowa. You know, that'd be like naming like our city, New York City, you know? But for real, it's called Manhattan, okay? It has an actual name. So, the former director of Iowa's Department of Human Services is keeping his head up. Oh!
That's so fucking
Keep your
hilarious.
head up. Yeah.
Wow.
The diehard Tupac fan was fired abruptly last month. Jerry Foxhoven told the New York Times, he still thinks his firing may be coincidental. He was forced out one day after sending an email praising the rapper to all 4,300 agency employees. The 66-year-old routinely sent Tupac lyrics to other workers as inspiration. Hundreds of emails obtained.
They
Hundreds,
went and
yo.
obtained the emails, like fucking evidence of
Fucking
something.
hilarious by the Associated Press. Foxhoven regularly invited others to his office on Tupac Fridays to listen to his
love
music.
him.
Me too.
I would want to work with him.
For his 65th birthday, Foxhoven celebrated at the office with Tupac-themed cookies decorated with words such as Thug Life. Foxhoven sent the mass email to coworkers to let them know that Father's Day was also Tupac's birthday. Adding this inspirational quote he attributed to the rapper: "Pay no mind to those who talk behind your back. It simply means that you are 2 steps ahead." Okay. Some employees wrote back to tell him how much they loved the emails, but at least one employee notified lawmakers last year, the AP found. "I love your Tupac messages," one employee wrote on June 14th, "and the fact that you still send them despite the haters makes me appreciate them even more." Governor Kim Reynolds forced Foxhoven to step down on June 17th. Yo, Kim Reynolds, this is what it sounds like when we rot on our enemies.
Rude.
The day after he sent the email encouraging thousands of employees to remember Shakur's birthday that weekend by playing one of his songs, he told the Associated Press he sent the email in an effort to challenge racist stereotypes around rap music. Boom. My guy.
That's it.
A spokesman for the governor, Pat Garrett, said a lot of factors contributed to the resignation of Jeffrey Foxhoven, and they needed to go in a different direction. They confirmed that shit for sure.
Oh my
That's confirmation, you know?
Yeah.
Yo.
That's wild.
He couldn't like Tupac, you know?
That's so rude because that makes me feel like he was just like unliked by a certain few people at work and they're just fucking assholes.
Yeah. Man, it sounds like he loved Tupac though, you know?
A lot.
And let me tell you something. Growing up, Tupac was my favorite rapper of all time. I remember that "Keep Your Head Up" and like sending the inspirational quotes made me think of a time that a friend of mine actually used a Tupac quote when I was a kid to cheer me up. It was my friend Brian Aranda.
It would be.
I hope to have Brian on the podcast at some point because Brian was recently in a picture. He was a groomsman along with rapper Asher Roth. There's a picture of Brian and Asher Roth in matching suits. Brian was one of my groomsmen, which means that low-key, Asher Roth and me are boys, okay? But
That's pretty cool.
that is cool, huh? Mm-hmm. Brian, I'm actually not sure how much Brian can talk about what he does for a living. You know, he works in the industry, so I'll talk to him first and see if we can have him on the podcast.
Cool, yeah.
But Brian and I were in the same youth group together growing up, and our youth leader, Julie, was killed in a car crash. And the day that we all found out, we met at Steve Wisnowski's house. Steve was our guest on episode 50. Mm-hmm. And that was like the first death, like major death in my life. And we were all crying there, you know. And I remember outside of Steve's house on the porch, I was crying. And Brian and I weren't even that close yet. But his little brother Steve and I were, you know, a different Steve than Steve W. And I remember Brian said to me, "I heard that you like Tupac, huh?" And he said, and I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Keep your head up, okay?" And that was so sweet to me, you know.
That is cute.
That one, it started me and Brian's friendship, and that went on to become one of the biggest friendships of my life, you know, the most important friendships of my life, and yeah, that article about this fired governor had me thinking about how Tupac lyrics were unironically used to help me out too.
Mm-hmm. I have a Tupac story too.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
Hi, Zach.
Zach's in the chat. Good evening, Zach.
Zach's in the chat.
Zach's in the chat.
Exactly.
And we talking back to the raps.
Mm-hmm.
We got Tupac in the chat.
Yes, exactly.
Let's go.
When I was in high school, I was a sophomore in high school. I was heavily into my youth group at church, and we took a trip to Mexicali for, I think it was, maybe 2 weeks. I was going to say a week, but
You're going to start singing.
no.
It
It was during the summer, and we went there every day we worked this day camp for kids while their parents were at work. And so we would like play soccer outside and like do chalk on the sidewalk and everything like that. And none of them spoke English. And I don't speak Spanish. Like I grew up around it my whole life, but my mom taught me French. So
Yeah.
I took French in school and stuff. I never really actually learned Spanish. And so there was this I was about 14 years old. Okay. This kid was probably like 8, and he was sitting alone, like on an outdoor like step and everyone else was playing and everything. So I like made my way to him and everything. And I obviously like I couldn't have a conversation with him or anything, but I like kind of motioned like, oh, what are you listening to on your headphones?
Yeah.
And he gave me one of his headphones and he was listening to Tupac. And
For real?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, Tupac. I know this.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, yeah, Tupac. And that's like all we said to each other. And we just sat there and listened to it for a little bit.
That is adorable.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
So Tupac's awesome.
He bridged the gap, you know?
Exactly.
He comes from where you came from.
California.
Well, he was born in New York and moved to California.
SoCal?
And he represented the West Side, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You crying?
No, I was yawning.
Oh. See those glistening eyes, you know?
Yeah, my eyes are watering.
I was wondering if these Tupac memories got you in your feelings.
Well, yeah, but I'm not crying about it.
You want to start a fucking problem with me?
Catch me outside. Yo.
What?
She's been posting some crazy pictures where I don't even recognize her.
Oh, you follow
anymore.
her?
Yeah.
I don't follow her because she's 14 years old. Okay.
Well, I follow her because she's a music person now.
I'm just fucking with
And
you.
like her skin looks a different color. She's so tan. She's like orange, and her nails are like 5 inches long.
Oh, that's how she looks, though.
It's so like a weird. I guess she just seems so like manufactured. You know.
Just
what I
so
mean?
you know, we're talking about Bad Baby, the artist formerly known as Danielle Bergoli.
Danielle Bergoli. What was she on, Dr. Phil?
Yeah, she's on Dr. Phil. She was the Catch Me Outside. How about that girl? You know?
Now she has some like hip hop songs.
Yeah, I mean,
They're not bad.
to me, I'll say this: they are catchier and better than they have any right to be. You would think that because like so many social media stars try that and it's horrible. They're well produced and they are on par with probably anything that like a Young Thug or a Lil Yachty would put out. It was surprising to me.
Yeah.
And I know that there's a lot to be said about like how our culture rewards foolishness, but hey, she made a career out of something crazy, and she obviously grew up in a bad situation. You know, her mom. I mean, it's not for me.
Yeah, look into it if you want.
Yeah, it's not for me to speak
But
on,
the
but
music's
like,
not horrible.
yeah, I tend to, instead of like people hate this girl, I tend to more think, man, she had a lot to deal with as a kid, and now she is a millionaire. So hey,
Word.
I want $1 million. You know,
Same.
I think that I was actually talking to Joe Corallo about this because what I want to do is I want to be off social media myself, but it's a secret, bitch. I want you to think I'm on that shit.
Right, like you want someone to do the work for you.
Here's what I want. I want someone I can hire as a full-time job where I'll text them what to post and they post and I never see any responses and I never see any feeds. And they'll like update me on anything important and that's their only job as their whole career is my social media guy, right?
What about how would you get like news?
I would watch the actual news.
Okay.
Like an old person, you know?
Because we don't even have cable right now, so.
No. I mean, I will watch YouTube still,
Okay, that's fair.
but I would have someone post what I want to say as me. And I think that I'd be set to have everything cool for me. And I'd say $30 million I need. Okay?
Yeah, that was my answer when you asked
Yeah,
me.
30 million. Let's say 30 to 40 million. Because then I could hire people myself, okay?
That'd be nice.
I mean, I'd be happy with 10, but I don't know about you, but I'm trying to stack chips. Like if I had 10, I wouldn't stop.
Right,
I
you'd
would
want more.
relentlessly pursue more because I want to publish my own books, keep doing that, you know. I want to publish other people's books. I just want to, you know, do my thing.
Right.
And I just need millions upon millions of dollars. That's it.
Totally.
That's it.
That's it.
Danny Lang says, hire me. Hey,
He'll post
let's
for
tell you
you.
something. If I had the money, I would for sure hire you to post for
He's
me.
so bad.
Go pee then. I'll hold this down myself, you know? So So yeah, about this guy with the whole Tupac thing, it had me thinking, like, as a kid, I was listening to rap probably earlier than my parents wanted, but back then I was actually seeking out the clean versions because I don't know if you guys know, I was brought up not even from my parents but from my friends. I was a very Christian kid until I was about 17 years old or so. And I remember I would seek out the clean versions. And get this is for real. If there wasn't a clean version of a Tupac song or an Eminem song or a Snoop Dogg song, I would download the song. Bitch, I would make the clean version. Because to me back then, I thought it was a sin to listen to and have your brain repeat curse words. Now, I'm a profane motherfucker myself, right? And I don't think it's a sin at all. I think that, if you believe in God, if there is a God, God wants you to speak your mind, right? He wants you to say what's true to you. She, he, or they want you to not say a filtered thing, right? That's what I would think. That if I were a God and I made a world, a universe, a galaxy, right? I would want the people in it to go on their own journeys. I wouldn't be policing that shit thinking, oh, I gotta watch to see if Chelsea Bartlett says shit today, right? I gotta watch to see if Sammy Reynolds listens to a song that has the word fuck in it. If that's what God's doing with his or her or their time, what you doing, bitch? You got bigger shit to worry about, you know? So I don't think did you hear what I was talking about? Oh, I was talking about how as a kid I used to seek out and even make clean versions of songs because I thought it was a sin to curse. Oh. And now I'm talking about like how God, if there is a God, wouldn't give a fuck about that shit, you know? He doesn't give,
there's more to worry about.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care if you're listening to songs with curse words and that shit. Kevin Denmark comments, I remember when your inner punk came out. Yeah, I went through like an emo phase I'd say I was probably about 16 to 18 years old then, you know? But yeah, before that, it was straight up rap. And it was, I think I started like cursing and getting into more of, the nastier shit when I was 17 myself, yeah. Yeah.
That's when you started to use the profanities.
Yeah, because honestly, before then, I was a good boy Treach, okay? I was just sitting at home being a good boy, okay? Back then, I'm gonna get into it. Back then, I thought I wasn't going to have sex before marriage. That's true. And those listening might be surprised that I was this way, but it was the truth. That's the way I was. That's the way that I was banging out with the church, you know, with C's up, you know, Catholics all day, bitch. And then I became Presbyterian, okay? And when I was Presbyterian, for the first year or so, I was quite devout, okay? I was, I believed in equality for all. I wasn't on that don't do gay marriage shit. I was on the I'm not going to have sex before marriage shit. And then it all changed when I was invited to this dance. It was a Catholic schoolgirl dance, okay? And it was one of our youth group friends. Me and two of my friends went there together. And I didn't know anyone there. But as I was crossing the dance floor, I didn't dance at all, you know, but I was crossing the dance floor to get some beverages, right? And on the way, this girl backs up into me, and she grinds on me for maybe 3.5 grounds, right? Like 1, 2, 3. She looked back and she realized I wasn't the dude she thought I was. And she said, sorry. I walked away, cheeks ablaze. That trip across the dance floor, I was losing my religion, okay? That trip made me think, oh, I'm not going to wait. It took 3.5 rubs of a butt on my crotch, an accidental rub, right? To go, oh, well, I'm obviously not waiting to marriage. God wouldn't want that, right? So yeah, I changed that day.
What an epiphany.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, it's crazy like how you think that you're complete at a certain age. Like I was just thinking, even then, like even when life was dramatically changing, at every point in my life, I was like, I am who I am now. Like I've grown into patch hand. This is who I'm gonna be now, and this is me forever. I'm set. I've become myself. But then you change, you know. I'm so different than I was probably 3-4 years ago, 10 years ago. How about you?
Yes.
What's going on with you right now?
Nothing. I just agree with you.
Look like you're in a coma.
I'm not.
She said, yes.
Just wholeheartedly yes.
Okay. Trying to wrap it up now?
No.
I mean, we're getting to the time. It's almost been an hour right now. Do you have anything last things that you want to add? If you answer with one word, the podcast is over forever, okay?
Not that I can think of.
Oh, boom. Not that I can think. Oh, okay. It's not too bad, you know. It's not your best answer, you know, but it's not bad. Okay?
Just thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening to my stories. Thank you for oh yeah, everyone go and support 2 things. Go on the microphone blocked me. 2 things. Go and support the guy who was fired for his ambitions as a ridah. Okay?
Definitely.
And then if you want to head to your local Target or FYE, which still exists somehow, go there and buy one of those blue balls, you know, one of those LOL fucking boys, you know?
Yes.
And go and support those dick and ball toys.
Be a soldier for the LOL boys.
People are out there to cut those dicks and balls the fuck off.
Yeah.
If they have their way, these dolls are going to be castrated. Mm-hmm. They're going to be fucking just nothing.
Yeah. And so that's what I don't get. Are they just asking to not have boys at all?
They're-
That's messed up.
They're asking to not have that D&B.
Yeah.
So
Otherwise, they look literally the same.
if you want to go out there, like, here's the thing. If you were a doll, what would you want? Would you want to have a pair, or would you want to have nothing down there? You know?
Right? Think about it.
I'm just asking you what you want. So go out there, and if you want a dick and balls on your body, go and support these dolls having dicks and balls on their bodies.
And if and when you do, please take a picture of them all cutesy and show me which one you got.
Yeah. And what else? Oh yeah. Just if you're rapping along to lyrics, watch what you say.
Yeah. Just
Folks are listening,
be
bitch.
respect.
Especially at Penn State. Hey, here's an overall thing. At Penn Station, as a rule, calm down.
Watch yourself, yeah.
Calm the fuck down. In general, not even just her.
I remember the first time I ever was in Penn Station. It was wild.
You know what's crazy?
I'd never been somewhere like that.
In Penn Station, it's crazy watching those like cops that have the big fucking chopper.
They have
there.
like Uzis
That's
on their
crazy.
fucking belt.
That's
one thing I
crazy.
remember specifically. And like in San Diego, there is like a trolley station nearby. And I know that there has to be a train station somewhere, but I never went to it. And there's nothing like Penn Station.
Yeah. The closest thing to a train station at in San Diego is where you fell deeper in love with me. Do you remember?
The Old Town Trolley Station, yes, I do. It was raining like it is now.
Yeah, Amy had her car towed in L.A. and she took the train back to San Diego, and I
That was
found her at the
wild.
station.
That's like the only time I ever took the train ever. And then I moved here, and we take it all the time now.
Oh, yeah.
But I still don't take it by myself. No way.
She fell so in love with me that day.
Yeah, because you saved me. And I didn't, because it was so romantic really quick before we leave. It was raining so hard.
Yeah.
And I was on the train, but I didn't have shit because I was expecting to drive back home. So I didn't have
your
my
phone was dead.
Yes, I didn't have my phone charger. So my phone died, so I'm like, fuck. when I get there, I'm not even going to be able to contact him. I don't know how he's going to find me, this and that. So I just walk off the train. It's like raining and thundering really loud. And I just hear this faint, muffled, just like, it's like it's like a voice from a freaking angel from heaven. And I looked over, and there he was just standing in the rain. He's like, Amy. Amy. I was like, oh my God, thank God. I could not wait to be home because I had driven far away, and I parked in a parking spot that was like a private spot, and I didn't know. And it was totally my fault. I felt so stupid, and I just wanted to go home. And you took me there. You took me home.
It's your boy. Whoa, I just got a crazy text. I'm going to read this on the air.
What is it? Oh my God.
Are they getting texts now?
Live in your street.
So someone just spammed me. It says, I am Alicia, 23. Live in your street. She's a mole person, okay? Looking for a sex partner in the neighborhood. Therefore, spelled wrong. Therefore,
I have a picture.
I have a picture on here, and she sends a virus link. Join now and search me. Join now. She texts me, Alicia4U8 and text me. Search me and text me. Asking so much. You also got my contact number there if you want to give me a call. I don't. I guess if you're attracted to me.
What does that mean, that last sentence?
So.
I guess if you're attracted to me.
Can you block this shit on here? What this is, I believe.
Sent it to like 45 people.
What sucks is that, and this is going to be good podcast fodder. And I know that we were ending, and we have 2 more topics now. But here's a lesson to all you indie creators, like your boy. When you go to a convention and you bring those business CRs, right? Don't put your phone number on those cards. No one needs that phone number. What I thought was, I was like, all right, I'm going to only be handing this out to editors and publishers. So I'm going to be extra reachable, right? If they want to reach me, your boy's here, right? Phone number, email. I put my fucking address on that bitch. And then after a while, I was like, man, people are asking for the cards. Like people who want to support the books online asking for the cards.
Yeah, everyone that comes to a table is like, oh, do you have a business card?
Yeah. So what I do, and I don't use business cards. After your convention, I'll add like 3 business cards to my contacts. The rest go in the fucking garbage. Mm-hmm. But what we did was we blacked out the address on the cards with actual markers. But the phone number was still there. At this one convention, it was Camden Comic-Con. It was a college. Students were there. And this motherfucker was playing a prank. He created this group called Fartards. And what the Fartards is, it's this guy at Camden University goes around and collects business cards, and he puts everyone's phone numbers from the business cards into this group chat called Fartards. And what it is it's this like parody meme group that annoys business owners. And it perpetuates because the business owners start to reply. And you can leave the group, but they are vigilant about creating new groups. You can block the group. Say you block Fartards 36. You are a fool if you think that Fartards 37 is waiting around the corner. Sometimes I'll block the group, and as I'm blocking it, I'm in that next group right away.
Oh my God.
And this has been going on for about, I think, 3 years now.
Yeah, you used to fucking bitch about this out loud.
I used to bitch about it, you said?
Yeah, you used to like be like, this group, remember? Yeah. I haven't heard you talk about it in a long time.
No, I mean, when I saw that list of numbers, I was like, oh, it could be this. But it also could just be a bot sending a random text out, too. Because the truth is, I heard, I think Phil DeFranco said this, that this is the first year, it could have been Hank Green, this is the first year that more prank phone calls and more, not prank phone calls, more bot phone calls will be made than actual real-life phone calls. So that mole girl who lives in my street, she's trying to get this red
in your
dig,
street, inside it.
Inside it. That's why she's a mole girl, you know? She's trying to get this red dig.
Yeah, Hoyt's so cute.
Hoyt is my favorite boy. So is Neil and Odo, you know. All right, we are gotta go now. You know, I gotta make her some pork sausage capavetti bake. Is capavetti? Is that how you say that shit?
I think it's cavatappi.
Oh my.
Cavatappi, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be. I don't know.
I actually don't know.
I don't know. But hey, everyone who watched, everyone who's gonna watch, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm launching Destiny New York. For those who are watching the live stream, the launch is tomorrow at 10 a.m. For those who are watching this on YouTube, this shit's live now, motherfucker. I'd appreciate your support. There's going to be a whole podcast about the Kickstarter, and then go in our videos. There's going to be a video dedicated to the Kickstarter too.
Nice.
Okay, there's going to be a little short video that gives you a breakdown on what it is. I love you all.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you. And remember, go support that senator or congressman, governor, whatever he was, politician man, who was riding out with Pac. And then go to your local store and buy one of those blue balls.
It's funny that it's a blue ball.
Inside, LOL doll, boy, with a little dick. Thank you for watching.
Space between.